All right, guys, welcome back. Um, I'm continuing on the beam. I got it the first piece lifted up and slid into my little braces, and I'll show you one of those real quick here. So this is the brace. This goes on the 4x4 post. This fits two 2 by whatever dimensional lumber. In my case, it's 2x8 through here, and I just set it on top of here, and I'll attach them at some point. But I got them placed up here. Uh, Again, I got to fit another piece that you saw me making yesterday. Will interlock in here and continue down here. This pressure treated wood, two 2x8s by 12 are heavy enough for me to lift up onto here. So um, what I did is then got a brace here going across to the ledger and then over to this to steady it. It is a windy day too. And I got one at the end. Right now I'm fitting that little cut piece. It was like a 66-inch piece that needed to go at the end. So I'm trying to install that now. And then I'll continue with this beam that I made yesterday and lift that up and so on. And by that time, I'll be 2/3 of the way done once I get this one up here. I did, in the last video you saw, I did my lag screws in here. I'll also, when this is done, put some lag screws in here too, the same pattern up and down so the wood doesn't cup or twist. I'm also doing liquid nails in between here before I screw them together, just for extra strength and support, so we should be good. All right, guys, I have the first, let's call it third of the beam in. Got it secured, got my level on it, and you can see it's in the bubble. It is on the other side too. Same with that leg too. So I secured those officially to the beam and stuff. So that's all set there. Put a level across here, and we're good here. It's dipping just a hair outward, like down, but that's exactly what you want. Nothing major, just like maybe 1/8 of an inch, and that's for water to drain off that end of the porch. So the porch will drain that way, but you won't even notice it. But that's a rule of thumb, to just have it just a little, not perfectly in the bubble with your level. So, all right, guys, I got the beam done. It is freezing out. The temperature's been dropping all day. It even was snowing here pretty good about 15 minutes ago. Not much, but it was snowing. So I got this beam done, and then I got these braced all the way across here, and I have them set at 4 feet so that this doesn't move away from us and start swaying more than 4 feet. I want to keep it at 4 feet. And I'm going to put my braces uh, under here. I'll show you that next. Put some lag screws in here. Um, and then I'll start laying the two ends and probably middle joist to shore up this, to bring this to this, like connect it. And then I'll be tight this way, and I can get rid of these and walk freely down here and stuff. So that's going to be another day though, because it is freezing and I want to get indoors. So I'm going to clean up. I got my beam done. I'm happy with that where I got to today. So all right, guys, we're getting ahead of schedule because of tariffs going on with Canada. We decided to grab some lumber for next year at these prices, just in case, to hedge our bet. So we got a load of 2x6s and OSB sheeting, and you can see my place over there. There's the barn right there, and my neighbor Bill owns this property up here, and he's got an older barn up here, and he was grateful enough to offer us covered storage for it. So 2x6 pallet will go on top of that. I wanted it deeper in this barn, but with the guy's forklift, that's the only way he could get it in there. So, but it's covered. I'll put a tarp over it too, also. Yep, in this day and age, thinking prices. Guys, a couple 3 days later, had to work. Got some good rain last night, so I'm letting the tarp unfold here and dry out here, because this is where I fold it up on this side until this deck is built. So I'm just letting that dry out. I already squeegeed all the water off. It's almost dry. Um, so what I'm going to work on today is starting to line up my joists across to here. And the first thing to do nowadays is take some flashing tape and put it across your beam here. That way water doesn't sit on here over the years or get down in between the two beams. This zip tape is phenomenal. Shannon and I use it all the time in Wyoming on the house, and we expect to use it again a lot here in Tennessee. So I'm zip taping this, and then I'm going to start laying out some joists here. What I'm thinking is they're going to come out 2 feet out here, and I probably won't cut them until the end, because then you just get a straighter cut if you put a chalk line all the way down and then cut off the little tabs. It won't be much. I'm going to cut them at about 6 foot, and it's going to be a little less than 6 foot, because there's going to be out here, there's going to be a fascia board that's going to go down 2x8. So you got to take that off of the 6 feet that you're coming out for this porch. So I'll do that. But that's my plan. Either probably between today and tomorrow, I start working on these and setting these up. I also bought some more lags, so I got to finish putting them in this beam here, down here, I remember. And also I'm going to work on some of the support. So as I get a joist coming across here, I want to really support it with a piece of wood from down here all the way up here. That way this will make this sturdy. I'm also going to put supports here and here, almost like a post and beam build, and do that on at least 3 of them, the 2 ends, and I want to do it on the middle one, and then we'll see how strong we feel. And I think that'll be enough, with also putting the supports here. So let's get after it. make sure it's nice and smooth where they're meeting. And first four are in. So when I picture frame the deck boards, uh, it'll be a picture frame around the outside. So that'll sit on right there, and it'll probably go over to about here. And then the first deck boards uh, will sit on this one and start their way back this way. So that's why that board is on there that close. So um, yeah, so we got four in. I'm blocking as I go. Um, this time I'm going to try that. A lot of times I'll put all the joists up and then come back here and block them all, but working by myself, I think it's going to be easier to just sit here, block this one, move on. So, all right, guys, just keep rolling along. A little more than a third of the way. Started about an hour ago here. So, still got a ways to go. But when I get to this holding my beam at 4 feet, I am gonna pull square. So I think it's when I get this joist in, three more, I'm gonna check for square, and then I can tighten, start putting toenailing a screw in here and holding it and getting rid of these because I'm sick of walking down here and back and forth ducking under these. All right, guys, I just pulled square, so I went diagonal from the inside corner way down here, about halfway right here, and then put another nail in the exact same spot, 5 feet out, 5 feet out, and then pulled that diagonal, and they're within, I'm within an eighth of an inch, so I'm gonna call that good. Uh, and we're about halfway. So what I'm gonna do is stick a couple screws in here to hold it to my beam, and then I can get rid of this one uh, one by that's been holding up the beam at 4 feet because I want this beam to stay right here at 4 feet as I go down. So uh, that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna break for lunch first, but that's a good news that we're halfway and we're square. So good. All right, guys, getting there. I'd say more than probably 3/4 of the way. I just have this to do right here. So once you get rolling and everything, kind of you got a system going, it goes a little bit quicker. So I don't think I'll finish today. I'll get close, get a few more of these in, but it's getting on 5 o'clock now. So, but I feel good about it. All my blocking has been going very well too, along with square. I did pull the tape down one side and down the other, and we're even that way, so we're looking good. All right, guys, I am whooped. It's a lot carrying those. Remember, those are 12 footers that I cut in half for those, so I got to carry them up that hill. Down there, and over. there. So, but I'm gonna call it. I got 8 more to put in. That is 4 more 12-footers to bring up, plus some probably one more piece for blocking, and then I concentrate on putting in the hardware that cinches it to the beam, and then the joist hangers that'll go on here. Those all got to go in, and then I'm gonna put some heavy duty blocking, or um, what do you call it? It escapes me now, but 2x6s at a diagonal on the posts here. So that'll give it a lot of extra oomph too. So all that before I can floor it. Flooring is the last thing to do. All, and then I got to cut all these at an inch and a half less than 6 feet, because then when you put the rim joist on, that makes it an even 6 foot out there, and there you have it. So I just got to cut those back all a couple inches, but it's easier to do it that way. It comes out usually a little bit straighter. You just snap a chalk line along here. So I'll do that. So, all right, guys, looking good. All right, guys, that's a wrap on the framing. A couple of blocks to add in on these last two here, and we are done with the framing. I'm gonna, about 2 full days of working up here. It's the morning, and I'm just finishing up before breakfast here, or before lunch. So, yeah, nice and level. Everything seems to be working out good. So, a couple things that I got to do before I can deck this is putting all the Simpson type, the joist hangers on, the hurricane hangers that are going to go on the beam here. Then I got to cut the ends of all these so my rim joist can fit along there and stuff, and it'll be a perfect 6 foot out. Um, so all that's got to be done. I'm going to brace also probably this afternoon I'll start bracing the legs here and get that out of the way. But I'm going to end the video here. That got us the framing done. And thanks for joining me. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Share the video with others. And appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one.